Skinnies, this week I want to talk to you guys about a number of things. UNM beat Boise State for football, making them bowl eligible for the first time since 2007. Ronda Rousey lost to Holly Holmes, who is a hometown girl from where I'm from, and the Jaguars beat Baltimore, and LSU lost to Arkansas. So there's a few things we're going to talk about, and please ignore these adorable little pups back here. They follow me everywhere, apparently. But first we'll talk about Holly Holms and Ronda Rousey. I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and so I have a ton of friends here who have been talking about this fight since it originally popped into the world as an idea. And now that it's happened, and Rhonda has lost, and ended her winning streak, and ended her, I want to say buffoonish, but I'm just going to say immature behavior against Holly. Now, in their weigh-ins, Rhonda was loud and obnoxious and in Holly's face the entire time, and I get it, that's kind of how it's supposed to be, but I read a thing on the internet that actually kind of made a really solid point. Insecurities are loud, confidence is quiet. When Rhonda's last opponent was all in her face, Rhonda stood there quietly because she knew she was going to be able to handle it. Against Holly, she was a little bit more insecure, and that came out. That was very evident. She spoke in every interview about how she hoped Holly could handle it humbly when she lost. She hoped that Holly would be able to manage, that she wouldn't get depressed, and she just kind of rubbed Holly's nose in it, all this different stuff, and you know, that's just not sportsmanlike. And I get it, Rhonda is one of the best UFC fighters that there has ever been, but it's just difficult because when you have an attitude like that, when you're so negative towards your opponents, it's just really sour tasting in your fans' mouths. And now that Holly has won and taken that title away from Rhonda, Albuquerque is chatting about it once again, and we've been talking about it, but this time, there's a lot of people who were rooting for Rhonda, who are now like, in your face, Rhonda, Holly wins, hometown pride, and I get it, you know, she's from Albuquerque, it's a huge deal, everybody's super excited about it, we all are, but to be honest with you, I thought Rhonda was going to win. I was completely about Holly and Rhonda fighting, but I wasn't sure how it would turn out. Now, I know that Rhonda had tried to make it clear she had respect for Holly, but I just, looking at their records, looking at their statistics, looking at their history, I thought Rhonda was going to take it. And I know that she usually wins within seconds of the first round, but Holly made her fight for it. And this is something that I'm very proud of Holly for. But, you know, I'm not going to be fake and in your face and tell you that I thought Holly was going to win all along, because I didn't. But I appreciate that she did, and I'm glad, and I'm excited for her, and proud of her, and proud that that puts New Mexico on the map and gives us just another amazing thing that comes from here. But to all of you out there who are fake fans of Holly now, just get off the bandwagon and be honest. And you know what? You can still be proud of her for winning without being fake about it. You can still say you thought Rhonda was going to take it, but still be excited for Holly that she won. That's all I have to say about that. It was a huge fight, an outstanding fight, a really intense fight, lots of great fights beforehand, and everybody that fought just upset city. It was insanity that night. And we watched it at my aunt and uncle's house. Sorry, my pants are like itchy. We watched it at my aunt and uncle's house, and it was very intense. In all my video, you can hear my aunt and uncle and everybody like cheering for Holly and getting all excited. It was great. It was a great fight. Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars have never really been your favorite team. They're my favorite. They always have been, but they've never been your favorite as a general public. I now work for the Cowboy Fan Show here in Albuquerque. We are on U Sports TV on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And I know a lot of you are like, you talk poorly about the Cowboys all the time. I know, but I also have mad respect for every team in every sport because you have to. In order to be a true fan, you have to be able to acknowledge other teams and their skills and their weaknesses and be able to talk in an adult manner about them without being aggressive and obnoxious. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to build that part of my life up. And working with the Cowboys show has been outstanding. And they tease me all the time about how the Jaguars suck and we never have fans in the stadiums. But I can tell you for a fact that I know at least 15 to 20 people who, local in Albuquerque and outside of Albuquerque, but all throughout my friends list, who love the Jaguars passionately and are very proud of them for every single win and very upset about every single loss. But this weekend, we beat Baltimore, and I think that that is huge for Jacksonville. It just gives us that one more shot at beating the rest of our conference. It is something that Jacksonville needs. And this year, all of our losses, even our wins, have been incredibly close games against some big teams too. So I'm thinking that this is just reminding people that, yes, we've had a very dark land history for a really long time now, and fans are kind of getting exhausted of rooting for their favorite team and them losing again and again and again. But this time, we're looking at a team who has improved incredibly by leaps and bounds in their conference and in the league. So they are moving forward. We're taking steps to get better, and that's all you can really ask for a team like Jacksonville. I'm thinking that in the next year or two, we're going to see a completely different team, a stronger team, a more powerful team, and a team with a better win-to-loss record. Hopefully. I would love a Super Bowl, but I don't think that's going to happen this year or next. Maybe in the next 3 or 4. LSU lost to Alabama and then lost to Arkansas. You know, as an LSU fan, I can tell you I thought that this year we were going to go undefeated. I saw Leonard Fournette just powerhousing his way through college football. I saw Brandon Harris finally coming into his own. Les Miles finally handing the ropes over to his players and giving them more freedom to run the game their way and to get things done, and they were doing it outstandingly. Now, defensive back university, aka LSU, has been lacking in their defense, or at least not able to control some of the SEC's most powerful offenses. But at the same time, our offense isn't able to get through some of the SEC's most powerful defenses. And that right there tells you that LSU is not ready. They are not a national championship worthy team, and that hurts me to say, but it's honest. And I'll tell you right now, I think in the next year or two, again, like the Jaguars, we're going to see a better team. We're going to keep seeing those improvements. Every single year we get these awesome recruits, and we lose a lot of players to the NFL, but we continue to dominate in our conference every single year. And I don't think that that will ever change. And I think that LSU, whether we get another national championship this year, next year, in 5 years, it doesn't matter. We're still an outstanding fan base, an incredible team, and a team that will go down in history as one of the strongest for the longest time. I have mad respect for Arkansas for that game. I was supposed to be at that game, and we're really bummed we didn't get to go, but it's just one of those things that watching a team beat my team is hard. It always is. You know you're a fan. But it's also kind of like humbling. You realize that this other team has all these assets and they're just killing it. And they're scoring points. They're beating our defense. They're blocking our offense. And they're just, they're overwhelming LSU. And Leonard has not looked great in the past couple of games. And people are talking that he won't earn the Heisman. I still think that he will. I still have every hope that he will. But there are also other guys in that voting range, other players who are phenomenal and they're good at what they do. So it makes it really difficult because I'm not biased voting for Fournette because he's an LSU player. I'm voting for Fournette because when I watch him play, when I look at his statistics, when I watch his tape, I feel exhilarated. Like I could go out and play football. And when I watch these other guys, I feel great for them. They're great athletes. They're very strong individuals, very talented young men, overwhelmingly powerful in their field. But I feel like heartwarming about Leonard because he does all these outstanding things off the field. And he's this incredibly talented player on the field. So I have every hope that he will win the Heisman this year. And if he doesn't, you know what? There's always next year, and that just gives him a little slice of humble pie to remind him that he has to keep powering through, and that no matter what awards he wins or doesn't win, he's still an amazing athlete and will do great things throughout his career. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, UNM football. Now, I am not necessarily the largest Lobo fan, but I am from Albuquerque, and I graduated from UNM, so in despite of my hatred of the school, I love our athletics program. I know lots of the players throughout all of the sports. I've made lots of great friends with those athletes and with their girlfriends and their friends and their family and some of the staff at UNM. I have a really big heart for the Lobos. And having been from New Mexico my whole life, nearly 22 years I've lived here, except for maybe a year in South Carolina, I have recognized the improvement slowly over time that UNM football has been working towards. It is an honor to see that they are bowl eligible again. That's the first time since 2007. They beat Boise State, and they're one of 5 teams, I think, in the past 16 years to do that in Boise State. And I think that just shows you the power of patience. This team has been working for a long time to rebuild. We've seen entire teams go to the NFL, go on to pursue careers, graduate from college, leave New Mexico, etc., and a whole new team come in. And those guys just pick right back up where the other team left off, and they keep working, and they keep fighting. And it is an honor to see this team continue to do well this season. It is outstanding that they're finally bowl eligible, and I think it would be a real pleasure to watch them win a bowl game. I hope that they continue this streak, and that even if they lose humbly, and that they are great sports, which all of the athletes that I know on the football team are. They're great young men. So it's going to be a real pleasure to get to watch them continue this season. And I'm looking forward to it because bowl season is coming up so quick, and it's going to be an exciting season this year to see who plays who and in what bowl and what happens, because after last year's national championship, it all kind of hits you that the team you expect is not always the team that will win. In sports, anything can happen. And I think that that is the biggest message of this video, and I really appreciate you guys taking time to watch it. Don't forget to follow me, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Periscope. I have all of them. Check out the blog, all the links below. And don't forget, if you haven't already, check out the Cowboys Fan Show here on YouTube or on USports TV, Comcast Channel 26, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. to see yours truly doing her very best impression of a Cowboy fan, or at least someone who respects the Cowboys. So thanks again for watching, you guys, and I appreciate it, and I know these sleepyheads appreciate it, and we cannot wait to see you guys back here next week. Hopefully you don't mind that this video is a couple days early. I love you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, Skinnies!